Embracing the AI age with practical applications for seniors. I'm Hewie Poplock. Ladies and gentlemen, the President of the United States, George Washington.
Welcome to the Sarasota Technology User Group. Tonight's presentation is all about artificial intelligence. You will be amazed at some of the current tools that are available. Many that Hewie will show tonight are free.
What is AI? Artificial intelligence, AI, is a technology that helps computers to think and learn like humans. It's like a brain for computers that can help them to do things that normally only humans can do, such as recognizing faces, playing games, and even driving cars. AI is used in many things we use every day, like telephones or smartphones, video games, and even some toys. It's a very interesting and exciting field that is growing fast and has the potential to change the world in many ways. ChatGPT is a chatbot that can have conversations by generating responses that sound human. It has been trained on tons of text data to learn patterns about how we use language. When you give it a prompt, it predicts the next word that should come in response by looking at the words you used and the patterns it has learned. So it can come up with responses that make sense based on what you typed. The technology is complex, using neural networks which are inspired by the human brain. But basically, it has been shown lots of examples of conversations so it can imitate that. It's pretty good at responding sensibly on common topics, but can get fused about obscure stuff that it hasn't seen examples of before. The key, it doesn't actually understand language or have real thoughts. It just uses statistics to guess the next word that would sound reasonable to continue the conversation. An AI search and a Google search are quite different and are different ways of finding information on the internet. An AI search can talk to you like a friend and give you answers using its own words. It can also learn from your preferences and past searches to give you a more personal result. Google search can show you a list of websites, images, or news articles that are related to what you type in the search box. It can also give you snippets of information from different sources, but it cannot write its own answers. An AI search is more interactive and creative, while a Google search is more informative and comprehensive. Here is a pair of examples, one being the ChatGPT. I asked it a question: who won the 1950 World Series? It gave me an answer. For Google, I asked that same question, and it gives me some websites where I can find the answer. However, with this new AI now, Google has added some information when you do a search, and it will put at the beginning some information, so you may find an answer similar to what you do with a chat bot, but it also gives you some background information as well. So here is an example of how you could use AI to translate. I asked for a definition, or I should say a recipe, on how to boil an egg. I got back an answer from a chatbot. Then I took that answer and put it in a translate app and said, translate this to Spanish and then to French. And it did each. If you're fluent in either of those languages, if you look at those, they are well done translations of the original. And they don't have just Spanish and French, they have several other languages as well. And you can see there is a free access to this translator and a subscription fee of $6.90 a month. Using Bing from Microsoft, their image creator, I asked it to give me a picture using the same paragraph. And here are the results. It did okay, except for the bottom one. But I also said to it, just asking for a picture of some hard-boiled eggs. It did a much better job of that, as you can see. I then asked it to give me a refrigerator full of food, and I took a picture of my refrigerator. And then I put in the prompt in GPT-4. I said to the chatbot, "You're an expert chef. You will be given items in a fridge from your friend, Visual Chat GPT. Use the items to come up with 5 food items that can be created with them. If prompted for more information, provide a quick recipe." And it came back and said, "Thank you for the opportunity." And it said it will try to do that. And it gave me an answer. Based on the provided ingredients, here are 5 food items that can be created. And it gave a short recipe for each one: a fruit salad, cheese omelet, ham and cheese sandwich, fruit smoothie, and cheese and fruit platter. Then I said, well, let's have you come up with some food recipe ideas that are tasty yet unique, and see what it came up with. Caramelized banana and cheese toast, sweet orange omelet, apple and lunch meat salad, cheesy banana pancakes, fruit stuffed grilled cheese sandwich, and recipes for each of those. And speaking of groceries, when I go to the grocery store, I have a list from my Miss A. Don't want to say her name because it will set off my device. But what I do is when I'm in the kitchen and I use up my last little container of Jell-O, I'll say, "Miss A, add Jell-O to the shopping list." Or, "Miss A, add stovetop dressing to the shopping list." And they are automatically put on my shopping list. When I go to the grocery store, I take out my phone, go to Amazon app, go to the shopping list, and here's what it looks like. And then as I pick them off the shelf, I click where the little box is, it puts a check mark there, and then drops it down off the list. And I do this each time I go to the grocery store. When you go to the grocery store, you probably carry one of the rewards cards. And these rewards cards keep information about you. And that information is stored on computers in different places. And that's some of the information that AI gleans and puts together. Not what you buy, but what customers buy from the different stores. So it's accumulating all of the groceries purchased at a Winn-Dixie, or all of the groceries that are purchased at another grocery store, or all of the items you buy at Staples, or all of the items that you get from CVS. And all that information stored somewhere, and AI is going through that, so it knows information about all of the items that are being sold. Artificial intelligence is being used in the development of medicines and vaccines, including COVID-19 drugs and vaccines. Researchers are using machine language-based models to discover new candidate drugs and vaccines. AI is also being used to accelerate research, development, and clinical trials of COVID-19 vaccines. In addition, AI is being used to create proteins that might be useful as vaccines, cancer treatments, or even tools for pulling carbon pollution out of the air. Properly designed, AI has the potential to make the healthcare system more efficient and less expensive to fill the gaps in access to quality care in the world's poorest places and serve as unblinking watchdog on the lookout for medical errors. In medical imaging, AI is being used to review thousands of images and detect diseases through computerized tomography, or CT, and magnetic resonance, or MR, imaging. It may be particularly useful in settings where demand for human expertise exceeds the supply, or where data is too complex to be efficiently interpreted by human readers. So all of these things now are being evaluated in the medical field, and it's predicted that we're going to come up with disease remedies and being able to conquer some of the cancers and so on a lot more quickly using AI. So the medical field is definitely embracing AI. Artificial intelligence is used in autonomous autos to improve vehicle safety, increase fuel efficiency, and provide drivers with enhanced connectivity features. AI technologies power self-driving car systems, and the developers of self-driving cars use vast amounts of data from image recognition systems, along with machine learning and neural networks, to build systems that can drive autonomously. AI is used to simulate real-world conditions, to safety test autonomous vehicles, and Stanford researchers surveyed the algorithms and say they are good, but work does remain. Tesla produces electric cars equipped with autopilot and the company's advanced driver assistance systems, or ADAS, that enables automatic steering, accelerating, braking, lane changing, and parking. Tesla's approach is called imitation learning, and their algorithms learn from the decisions, reactions, and movements of millions of actual drivers around the world. Here is a cheat sheet for the simple prompt. In order to get AI to do anything, you need to prompt it. You need to ask it a question or give it a statement and have it react to that. To do a simple prompt, you need to have it act in some kind of a role, create a task, and show some kind of a format. For instance, you can take a teacher, tell it you want a summary of something, and you want it as a table, or you want it as a spreadsheet, or you want it as a plain text file. And now you've created, using the prompt, AI will create what you're looking for. Prompt engineering is a technique used in artificial intelligence to teach computers to understand and respond to human language. It involves crafting the right question or institutions to guide. AI models produce desired outcomes. A well-crafted prompt can steer an AI model towards a specific output. It's used to train large language models, or LLMs, which are machines that can understand and generate human-like language. Prompt engineering is enabled by in-context learning, which is a model's ability to temporarily learn from prompts. Being a good prompt engineer involves combining the disciplines of AI, programming, language, problem solving, and even art to thrive on this career path. Prompt engineers are the most desired positions and placement in industry right now. Prompt engineering people are getting paid $800,000, $900,000 and more a year for that expertise. Here's a more complex prompt. As you can see, it's a bird in the hand, but I went with some other aspects of it, and you'll see that it shows two totally different results. To add life to your image, you need to add various components to your prompts. Action of the subject. This tells AI what action is being taken. For example, a cat riding a bicycle. Action execution technique. This tells AI how the subject is performing the actions. For example, a cat riding a bicycle boldly. The mood of the image. The mood can be described using adjectives to convey the atmosphere or emotion of the scene. For example, a happy cat riding a bicycle with confidence. And then background description. This provides the context and setting for the image and can include details such as location, time of day, weather, or any other relevant elements. For example, a cat riding a red bicycle with confidence in the rain along a peaceful road gave the results as you see there. Here are some other examples from Night Cafe, but Night Cafe allows you the ability to pick and choose the type of art that you want when you go from text to image. You can have futuristic, artistic, coherent, memes, realistic, and so on. Night Cafe gives you ways to earn credits, and when you get those credits, you use those towards using the app or tool. And every day I get an email that says claim 5 credits. And when I click it, it gives me 5 credits, and that's added to the number at the top right, where it currently says I have 983 plus credits. And it only takes 1 to 2 credits per image that it creates. So I can now do a lot of imaging with it, text to image, and not feel threatened that I will have my free access taken away. Here are some examples of some of my creations that I have done with Night Cafe. These are some prompt guides, part of a set of over 100 prompt guides. I just put this up as an example of what you can find out there. There are prompt guides that people are selling online, and some of them are fairly expensive, and they are geared for specific purposes. It might be a marketing prompt guide, or it might be for another industry. So be careful just buying them, and some of them are, $20, $30. Some are over 100 or close to 100, and it may not be anything you can use. If you get them, you might be able to reword some of them and use them, but for the most part, they may not fit what you need. So be careful in purchasing any of those. The people who create prompts are very careful and do not share them readily in most cases. So it's hard to find when you see a real good text to image, you can't find what the person who did it used as a prompt. Here's an example of a prompt. I tell the chatbot, I want you to act as an essay writer. You will need research on a given topic, formulate a thesis statement, and create a persuasive piece of work that is both informative and engaging. My first suggestion request is I need help writing a persuasive essay about the importance of reducing technology waste in our environment. I've cut out the middle part of this. It's a fairly long article, and I wanted to get it on the screen so you're seeing the first couple of paragraphs and the last couple of paragraphs. And there's a tear in the middle where I cut out a lot of what it produced. Here's another example of a prompt, a dog in a canoe. This is done with Night Cafe, and that's all I said was a dog in a canoe. And look how clear that picture is and how realistic it is. That is done with AI. Then I took that same prompt and added some descriptions to them. And you'll see here on the left with some vector fractals, and on the right with some holographic cosmic illustration in artistic form of a famous artist. Here's designing a wine company landing page, modern, classy, high-end, high resolution, and you can see from two different sources what it did, and it did it well with both of them. Now there's lists of these tools out there. This is one of them called Future Tools, and it collects and organizes all of the best AI tools, and you too can become superhuman. Matt Wolf, who is the owner of this website, also produces a lot of really good AI-oriented videos to explain how a lot of these apps work and what's going on in the news in AI. He's very good. He's young, so he speaks very quickly. And I did say show in the last Let's Talk AI forum from Stug, I talked about how to slow down a YouTube video so you can understand him a lot better. But what this is a list of tools that he's put together, and there's 2,343 of them. And it's by topic, and you can click which topic you want it to search for. And let me read what it says at the bottom here. AI can improve seniors' lives through personalized healthcare, safety monitoring, and companionship. However, concerns about privacy and job displacement should be addressed. And I'm going to talk about that at the end of this presentation. But you can choose any of the ones that are listed there, and then let's say you choose one, and then you scroll down, and you'll see the results of those. There may only be a couple, there may be a whole bunch, but each of these is a general description, and if you click it, it will then open up a bigger description of that particular app and what it does and more information about it. And there'll also be a button on that page that will take you to the website for that particular app. And then you can sign up for it and then use it and understand what their requirements are for you. Here's another of the AI tools directories. This one has 4,625 results. So they have a lot more tools here. And again, you can search by a word, or you can search by various topics. And then this is a list from yet another person who's put together news articles and app locations, and he's made a spreadsheet out of it, and he's got 11,820 items on that list. And you can see he's got it by date as he enters it, and it shows the title, the URL, and then a quick summary of it, and then some information, and then his newsletter. This fella has a newsletter, and he has which date that this appeared in. Here's yet another list of tools from Super Tools. Now, a lot of these websites that you go to that have apps for AI are one-man shows, two-man shows. When I say men, could be either men or women, but one-person show, and things that are just getting started, and they're concentrating on making the program work, and some things slip by, like in this particular one, instead of import, it said improt. And I learn a lot about these things through newsletters. And back in May, I did a video on some of the newsletters that I use to keep up with all of these things. And I continue to get some of them. Some of them I stopped the subscription, and I've subscribed to others. But this video is available. There's a link there for you. It's on my personal channel on YouTube, but it does give you information about 15 newsletters that I at that time was subscribing to about AI, and some of them are daily, some are weekly, and some are whenever the author gets around to it. Now, some of the main places where you can use AI is Google's Bard. It's their AI program. And within the last couple of weeks, it has been totally updated. And it's now, where it was panned when it first came out, it's now considered one of the leaders in the AI field to creating information and to get discussions going with an AI bot. And it's called Bard. Microsoft has theirs, and it's called Microsoft Bing. And then Bing also has an image creator that you can get to through it. And both their chat, which is uses GPT chat version 4, and DALL-E 3 for the image, which are normally $20 if you subscribe to ChatGPT to use those versions. It's free using Microsoft Bing. Now here's a website typical of what happens when you go to one of these apps for the first time. It'll ask for your name. It may ask for your email address. In this case, it asked for my email address, and it said, we just sent you a link. And so what I did is I went out to see where that link was, and I didn't get an email. And I waited and I waited. And I said, well, you know what? I better check my junk mail. So I did, and there it was. And so make sure you check your junk mail, because it may be there. But anyway, this was the email that I got. We received your request to sign in to Brevity. Using this email address, if you want to sign in, click on the link. You click on the link, it automatically lets you in. You don't need a password. Some of them are using codes. Some use instead of your email address, they ask for your phone number, and it sends you a message, a text message, and then you respond to the text message. Or you get some numbers and you type it in. This Brevity runs $6 a month or $50. I didn't know that until I actually signed in. Some of these don't tell you those things. They don't even tell you what they do. As I mentioned, some of them will send you some kind of a verification code. It may be to an email address, again, or to your phone number. It gives you a code. You type it in, and it gets you right into the website. Some of them also add a password to it. So they're each different. Here's a website called Catbird. I used to use this a lot. I loved it. You could choose any one of probably 18 or 20 different AI to image sources or apps. And you put a check mark next to them, and you say, you put in a prompt, and it'll spit out examples from each one. And it was totally free. And then they posted a message saying, if we continue just to have this free version of it, we will be gone in about 3 weeks. We're running out of money, and we need to make this a paid program. So they went totally premium. Now I see, when I was putting this presentation together, that they do have a free plan. So I'm going to have to go back and revisit that, because I really liked it. They had some really good choices, and you could get several different examples of text to image from different sources, and it didn't cost me anything. Now, some of the AI companies don't even have apps. They have used a service called Discord, and have you sign into Discord. They make sure that you sign in, they know who you are, and then they have a set way in which you can ask. Instead of a prompt, you build the prompt within Discord, and then it will give you the results, and other people's as well. But Discord, for the most part, is being used by many of the AI companies as their tech support and as their community. And by community, I mean that people that use their product go online, go to Discord, and they discuss what's going on, what they've tried, show examples, and so on. And they're discussing these things from user to user, as well as the people who have the app or tool. They'll come in and they'll say, we did an update today. You now can do this, or we're having problems with this part of the program, and so on. So it is a really good place to keep up with several of your favorite AI tools. As you can see, I do that with several that are listed along the left side, and it scrolls up. I have quite a few more on there. So Discord is something that I would like to do somewhere, if I understood it better, to do a complete background on how to use Discord. But you can muck your way through it and come up with how to use it quite easily. Okay, here are some other programs or tools. This one is called Gamma, $8 a month or $15 for the Pro. Here is ChatGPT's sign in or online, and to get to ChatGPT, you go to OpenAI, and OpenAI has two versions, ChatGPT 3.5 and GPT-4. ChatGPT 3.5 is free, but its data ends in September or October of 2021. ChatGPT 4 is an update, and it now includes more up-to-date information plus everything that it has scraped off of the internet and other locations and other places. So it's more up-to-date, but it is a subscription only. There is no free ChatGPT 4 through them. You can upgrade to them. It's $20 a month. So that means every month you pay them $20 to have access for that. However, the Microsoft Bing chat uses ChatGPT 4 and DALL-E 3, which is what is used in the subscription service. So by all means, use the Microsoft one and you don't have to subscribe. Now, a lot of these tools have no information, no pricing on the website when you go to it, and they'll ask for your name, your email address, and maybe a phone number, and have you sign in and sign up for it before you even find out what it does. So just be aware of that, and I'm careful. Sometimes I will try to find out what that particular AI tool does by going to one of those tool listing services like Future Tools and putting in and searching for that particular one and seeing what write-up has been done on it and what it does. Because if it has no free access or isn't doing anything that I'm interested in, I may not just go to it at all. Here's another one called Frito, $24 a month. So you see a lot of these, they range from $8 to $25 and more a month. Well, $8 doesn't sound like a lot a month, but when you start putting $8 and a $24 one and a $12 one, all of a sudden you're adding a lot of these up and it can get very expensive. So be very careful on what you end up subscribing to in paid plans. This is Leonardo Alchemy or Leonardo.ai, and you'll notice there it says my trial subscription has expired, but I still have access to it because there is a free plan. So I tried the paid plan for free during the trial. Now I'm back to the free plan. So I can't do as much. I don't have as much free access as I had, but for $10, $24, or $48, it gives you a lot more access, a lot more graphics or images that you can download. However, they do give you 150 generations per day, and that is every day. So if I use 25 today, I got 125 left. Tomorrow, that doesn't roll over. I start out with 150 again. So if I use 100 of them and only have 50 left, the next day I'm back to 150. Here's one called Noti.ai. There is a free plan, there's an $8 plan, and a $15, $16 plan. Online tools, another one. There's a freemium, or there's a free, and then you can get the premium for a little bit extra. You'll notice that it says billed annually. I don't know whether I mentioned earlier or not, but annually, I don't recommend you signing up for any of these tools annually. Most of them have only been around a month. Annually, they may not be around for 12 months. They may either fold or run out of money or be bought, and then whatever you paid may not be good anymore. So, and if you're going to try them a little bit, I would go a couple of months by paying the monthly to see if they're going to be around longer. So be careful in signing up for yearly pricing, because they do make it enticing per month. But if you lose it 3 months down the road, it really doesn't make sense to do it. Now, here's one called Pictory. There is not a free plan for Pictory. It starts out at $19 a month. They do have a free trial. I did the free trial. I liked it so much. This is one that I do subscribe to, and I use it a lot. A lot of the videos that I produce are done with Pictory. It's very easy for me to create the text that I want for my presentation. I put it into Pictory, or I can ask Pictory to write it for me. I can do either, but if I supply it, it then will create all of the slides and all of the background videos that it puts in for each slide, and gives me a nice video. Here's another one called Poe. Again, this is what it looks like when you go to Poe, and I don't know what it is. It asks for an email address or a phone number, and if I type it in, it'll say, okay, we sent you an email, or we sent you a text to your phone number, and you can sign up. And then when you sign up, then you learn what it is. There's another one called PromptBot. This helps you create prompts. And there's several of those out there. There's one that I subscribe to. I'm not paying for it, but every day I go to it and gives me one more credit. I'm up to a little over 100 credits now. Now I got to go back in and learn how to use it and use some of those credits. This is Song R. It creates songs. And it'll create songs from either just give it a title and it'll write the song and then sing it, or you can put in your own. And what I did is went to one of the chatbots and said, write me a poem with this topic, and then, or write me a song lyrics, either one. You can do either. And then I can put that into this Song R, and it will then create the music for it. And I have examples of those a little later on. Upscale media. Upscale is taking a small picture and making it bigger. You know that if you try to do that with a very small picture, it pixelates and gets very muddy, and it's difficult to make out what it is. Well, what upscaling does, it fills in using AI and makes the picture bigger without it looking like you made it bigger. It will give you a nice picture in a lot of cases. Doesn't work with everything, but it does do a nice job. And there's a lot of tools out there that do upscaling. This is one of them. And this was another showing you how they sent me an email, and then all I had to do is send it back to them. Here's one called Tugin.ai. It will do YouTube to newsletter, YouTube to Twitter, YouTube to LinkedIn, and YouTube to tweets, and then one is YouTube Threads. And then as we move farther, They do have a free trial, but it's $29 a month, or their pro version of $79 a month. And some other things it will do is from YouTube to Instagram posts, from an article to Instagram posts, from YouTube to Facebook posts, and from an article to Facebook posts. Another one called Hey Gen, and I'll have an example of Hey Gen coming up here in just a few minutes. It's zero. You don't need a credit card, I should say a credit card, to get started with it, but you can only make a 1 minute duration, and it doesn't do as much. You don't have as much choices. But if you go to $24 or $72 a month, you can really you have a lot of choices what you can use. But I did it with the free one, and I'll show you what I did in just a few slides. A Zoomscape using AI will create backgrounds for your Zoom meeting. So if you want a background, you tell it what you want it to have, and it will create a background for you to use in in Zoom. And here's another called Notice. Smart moves always get noticed. Again, they've got a free access, but the individual is $19, and then they also have a $49 per month. And one called GenVid for generating videos, and it's $49 per video, or $99 per video. And it's a 15-second AI-generated video. So not cheap, but it does a professional job. Here's another AI program with free access and $19 a month, or $20 for a freelancer. I got this from one of the websites or tools that I went to, which was using credits. Now they say you don't need to claim daily free credits. We're making all the basic image generations unlimited. That's why you don't see the free credits anymore. Now you can generate unlimited images that used to cost you free credits. What's happened is it wasn't working for them. They're trying something different. This is from a site from a company called Anthrop, and they have an AI chatbot called Claude. Recently, Google has just instilled over $2 billion into this company. Amazon gave several million or 100 million just recently, and Microsoft has put some money into them. So Claude.ai is one of the major players now in chat bot apps. And I use it. It's one of the ones that I have every time I open up my browser. Claude is one of the tabs that opens up, and I use it a lot. One of the big things with Claude is it's able to take large data and summarize it or do something with it. You can take a great big PDF or even a book that's in a PDF form, put it into this, and tell it to summarize it for you, and it can do it. A lot of them have limits on how much information you can feed them, where Claude's is very large. Another one that I have open automatically every time I open up my browser is called Perplexity. It's another chat bot, and I like it. It gives me good answers, thorough answers, and again, I can massage the answers and have it reword them to give me summaries, to make one paragraph, or to give it some additional prompts to utilize what it just used. And it does it, you don't have to type each time all of the information again. It's a conversation that you're having with it. This is one called Leopix. It is a 2D to 3D. You upload a picture to them, and it will make a 3D picture out of it. This picture doesn't give it justice. When you look at it on the website, you can see there's some motion in it, and it's him moving, so it gives a 3D effect. It's not true 3D, but it does give that effect. and it's not one I use, but I did look at it. And it's just been updated. It was updated a week ago, or less than a week ago, and it tells you what they updated on it. And then you get certain number of credits, and you can get started with it. Here's a website called AutoTune. You can put in your prompt, and it will tune up your prompt for various AI websites or apps and give you a better prompt than what you put in. Okay, I mentioned to you about HeyGen. Well, here's an example of HeyGen of one that I did back in May. Let's take a look.
Join our captivating Zoom meeting and embark on an exhilarating journey into the fascinating world of artificial intelligence, AI. Whether you're a curious beginner or an enthusiast seeking to expand your knowledge, this discussion group is the perfect gateway to explore the realms of AI in an accessible and engaging manner. With insightful presentations, interactive discussions, and a welcoming community of like-minded novices, this Zoom meeting promises to ignite your passion for AI and empower you to navigate the rapidly evolving digital landscape with confidence. Don't miss out on this enriching experience. Join us and uncover the extraordinary possibilities that await. This is a STUG member-only forum. It's this Friday, May 26th at 1 p.m. Eastern Time. Contact Hewie Poplock for the link.
That's AI. She doesn't exist. Her voice doesn't exist. All of it is generated with AI, and the video was generated with AI. I just put in the text, and I wrote the text. I had AI clean it up, make sure that it was in good form, and then I uploaded it to this program, chose the avatar that I wanted, the voice that I wanted, and that's what I got for free. That's what AI does. And you'll notice in her voice, the inflections were there. The hand gestures were there. Her mouth was moving. Her eyes were blinking. Very realistic looking. I mentioned earlier song R. Well, let's listen to a couple of songs that it created. The first one, I said, create a song about STUG, the Sarasota Technology User Group. I think that's all I said.
You can't go wrong with STUG. For the best tech help around, they're always quick to answer, and they know just what to do. They'll help you with your computer, and they'll help you with your phone. They're the best in the business, and they're always there for you. STUG is the place to go. If you need some tech help fast, they're always on the ball, and they'll get you sorted out. They'll help you with your internet, and they'll help you with your email. They're the best around for all your tech needs.
Okay, that one, they created the words for it. Now, what I did is I went to one of the chatbots and asked them to write a song or a poem, and then created another one from song R.
Join up with STUG, it's the thing to do. If you want to learn about technology that's new. They've got classes, workshops, events galore. Learning about tech is what STUG is for. From beginner lessons to expert advice, Stug will help you take your tech skills up a notch. Make new friends who share your interest in tech in a fun, friendly environment. Now that's the heck. So if you're seeking more tech know-how, Stug will show you how. With cool people and hands-on learning, Stug makes tech education fun and not burning. So come on and join Stug today, learning about tech the Stug way.
Now the next one is AI text to video. And let's take a look at what this did for me.
Ready for some fun this fall? As the leaves turn, let's embrace the season's change with camaraderie, laughter, and a zest for life at the Stug Fall Get-Together. Mark your calendars for Wednesday, September 27th. We'll kick things off at 12:30 and wrap up around 2:30 in the afternoon. Our rendezvous point? The charming Turtle Rock Community Clubhouse in sunny Sarasota. Here's a chance to meet and greet the faces you've seen on Zoom. Break bread with old friends and make new ones over a delightful deli lunch. But that's not all. Flex your brain muscles and join in on our trivia game. Who knows? You might just walk away with a prize. Now here's the best part. All this fun comes at a mere $5 per person. That's right, just $5 to cover your lunch. What a steal, wouldn't you agree? And while registering online is a must, you can conveniently pay at the door on the day of the event. Feeling inspired? Want to share your culinary skills? Bring a dish if you wish. Guests are always welcome. So why not invite your spouse, neighbor, or friend to join the fun? The more the merrier. Remember, Wednesday, September 27th, from 12:30 to 2:30 at the Turtle Rock Community Clubhouse in Sarasota. Save the date and get ready for a fantastic fall get-together. Register today and let's celebrate the season in style. See you there.
What I did was feed it the information you see on this screen. That's the only information I gave it. And the AI for this InVideo.ai then took this information and did the voiceover in a very, very good voiceover voice. And he did it in such a way with the verbiage was very well done. Now, I will say that the photographs that were between this particular slide, that was done with a different program. I did that. But I wanted you to not be so bored. But the original, all it showed was this flyer and the verbiage, but it was really well done. And the voice definitely shows why people in the voiceover industry are concerned about AI and what it's going to do for their work. And this is the pricing on that. It's free for anyone who wishes to try it, but then it's $25 a month. But the videos that come out of it are just fantastic. Another program that I came across, or app that I came across, only works on your iPhone or on your Android phone. It does not work on your PC or on your Mac. It's called Revive. And when you run Revive on your phone, you upload a picture. There's a picture of me. And then what Revive does is this.
Your birthday, your birthday, your birthday, happy birthday. It is your birthday, it is your birthday, it is your birthday, happy birthday.
So that's a picture of me. That's not my teeth. That's not my voice. What they have done is taken my picture and put the voice and the music and made a video out of this using me. And I think this really epitomizes a lot of what AI is. It makes the unbelievable believable. Okay, now there are some common issues and concerns that people have with AI. It's not all, hey, this is great, this is great. Unemployment. There's a concern that AI, as As AI systems become more capable, they may displace human workers in certain jobs and industries. This could disrupt economies and have many people unemployed. And bias. AI systems can pick up biases from their training data. This can also lead to issues like racial, gender, or other discrimination. Ensuring AI is fair and unbiased is an ongoing challenge. Accountability. When AI systems make mistakes or cause harm, determining who's responsible can be difficult. How do we ensure there is transparency and accountability? Autonomy. As AI becomes more advanced, there are concerns about it operating independently without human oversight and control. Could AI become too autonomous? Existential threat. In the long run, some worry advanced AI could become uncontrollable and threaten humanity if precautions are not taken. There are concerns about an existential safety risk from artificial superintelligence. Privacy. Large AI systems are often data hungry. Collecting the data required to train advanced AI can raise privacy issues. Data security is also a concern with AI systems. And then ethical issues. The complexity of AI raises many ethical questions about things like inherent basis or biases, transparency, accountability, and more. Developing ethical AI is an ongoing challenge. And a lack of trust. If the public does not trust or understand AI, they may resist its adoption. More work needs to be done to build trust and acceptance of AI technology. Common issues range from socio-economic concerns to technical challenges to existential threats. Advancing AI responsibly and addressing these issues is critical. And now, here is a summary of the key points from the fact sheet from President Biden's issue. He issued an executive order on safe, secure, and trustworthy artificial intelligence on October 30th, 2023. This is recorded 2 days after that. And this is from a fact sheet from the presidential briefing room that I then had summarized by Claude AI. 1. President Biden issued an executive order to set up new standards and rules for developing artificial intelligence, or AI technology, responsibly. This will help ensure AI is safe, secure, and trustworthy. The order requires companies making advanced AI systems to share test results with the government, so any risks or issues can be identified before the systems are made public. Standards will be developed for testing AI safety. The order aims to protect people's privacy when using AI, especially for kids. It calls on Congress to pass data privacy laws. Agencies will be required to evaluate how they collect data to train AI systems. The order seeks to prevent AI from discriminating or worsening existing biases. Guidance will be provided to agencies and contractors to avoid algorithmic discrimination. It looks to protect consumers from harm by establishing oversight and reporting of unsafe AI healthcare practices. Resources will help educators deploy AI tools properly in the schools. The order calls for developing best practices to protect workers from job displacement, unfair hiring practices, or workplace surveillance from AI. Study of AI's labor impacts will inform support for effective workers. It promotes innovation by providing access to AI resources and data for researchers and small businesses. Visa programs will be updated to enable skilled AI experts to work in the U.S. International collaboration will be expanded to advance safe and responsible AI worldwide. All AI standards will be developed with global partners. Government use of AI will be made more responsible through new guidance, faster procurement, hiring of experts, and employee training. In summary, the order establishes guardrails, standards, and protections to ensure AI is developed and used in a responsible way that benefits society. Now, on a lighter note, to finish up, here's some things about AI gone wrong. Too many arms. Spaghetti eater, his beard's turning into spaghetti. Or we've got partial two heads. Or, again, more arms. Or a long neck, because she's married to a giraffe. And then in the center, the prompt was a beautiful lady smiling, natural sunlight, professional photo shoot. And there's the image. Here are some more. Too many teeth, rows of teeth. A woman upside down on her vacuum cleaner going through her body. The one in the center is just amazing. It's just very confusing. And then the barber cutting someone's hair and his hand disappears in their head. Again, too many arms on the left, and in the right, she's looking the wrong way at a machine. We'll open it up to questions. I was just about an hour, maybe a couple minutes shy of an hour, but I hope you got some things out of it. You have an idea now what AI is. And Joe Nowak, you have your hand up first.
Okay. One thing you mentioned about the free credits that you get. You have to be careful when you get those credits. 400 or 150 may sound really good. With a program like Lexica, you get 100 credits or 100 images per month. That sounds like a good number, but then it gives you for each prompt you give it, you get 4 images. So you're not getting 100 images a month, you're getting 25 images a month. Or 25 prompts you're being allowed to use. So you have to be real careful when you look at these prompts and stuff. I just wanted to mention that because sometimes you get a false sense of, oh yeah, I've got 150, I can use that. But if they give them to you 6 or 8 at a time, it's not so awful good. I mean, you're likely to get some good images, but it's really, you're not getting 8 or 150 attempts. You may only be getting 20 attempts or 30 attempts or something like that to get the image that you want.
Yeah, and like I explained, or I showed on one of them, it said the credits you use 8 to 80 for certain things. So
yeah.
you might use all of those at one shot. Yeah.
Yeah.
Margaret, you have your hand up.
Yes, it is. All right. My question was, I'm looking for text to speech, or speech to text. I like the writing as well. So in other words, I think it's hard to follow all the ones you've had. Do all the packages have the speech to text?
No, not all of them do, but the chatbots do. Well, not speech to text, but some of them do. Some you have to type in something, or you just give them the topic and they'll write the whole thing for you. So you're not really, and then once it does that, and you look at it, but it's too long, you can tell it to summarize it. You can say, make it one paragraph, or make
concise.
it.
I've seen that before. Make it concise, make it more formal, so it can change the style as well as the length of the content. But
yeah, and sometimes, okay.
With a broken arm, it's hard to enter or do typing. So I'm using my phone now to record emails to myself, so I can send the text to my email, and then I can fix it and send it out. So I was looking for something that would do speech to text. So
I think a lot of them will. You might have to experiment with them because a lot of programs will do it, and it may be up to your computer to do it as well.
Right, but a lot of us might want to write maybe a short memoir, some sort of memory for our grandchildren too. And so that's what I was looking for, the ability to be able to put those ideas down and then maybe use the AI to tighten them up, you know?
And there's some that you can take a recording and upload the recording, so you can speak into it and just do the whole thing on your phone, take the recording of it and upload it, and it will give you the text to it, and then you can do whatever you want with the text and have it then massage it, put clean up the grammar and add the commas and all of that, and it will do a nice job of that. And then you can take different sections of it and say, well, reword this, and it will take that same information and put it in a different way. So there's a lot of things you can do with what you're asking. Absolutely.
Okay. So, and the last question, you had a lot of information in your presentation, excellent information, but it was really hard. I need to see it in more chunks, you know, it just so that I get a sense of an area. Like, where would I start? There were so many, I wouldn't know where to start. So thinking about that, how simply might I walk into it? Okay.
You just take one and work with it. What I'm going to do is I will upload this to the Stug YouTube channel, so the recording of it. You know what? I won't, because I didn't start the recording. It's not been recorded. I will do. You know what? I'll do it over again and do the recording.
Thank you.
I did not record. I had too many things going on, and I forgot to hit the record button.
But it was an excellent presentation. Thank you.
Thank you, and I'll do it again. I did it. I've done it twice already today. The first time was just to see how long it was going to be. So I'll redo it and then add in all of those items about the at the end that I kind of went past. And I'll also send a PDF of all of the slides to Marshall, and he'll post it on the website. Okay, any other questions? Frank. Hey, Frank, how are you? I haven't talked to you in years. Glad you joined. You need to unmute.
There we go. I got it. Hewie, we haven't talked in a long time. I want to thank you so much. This has been fantastic. Did a beautiful job on it. I've been playing with this stuff for about a year, but you just took this to a whole new level for me. I want to encourage everybody. I know this can be very overwhelming, but I do want to encourage everybody to learn everything you can about it. I believe it's going to be a real helpful thing for senior citizens that is going to provide us with much better ways to communicate and learn and understand. That's it.
Thanks,
you,
Frank.
By the way,
Any other?
Hewie?
Bill? Go ahead, Bill.
The lady who was asking about where do I start, she could start with Google or Microsoft.
Right,
Word
Bard
chats.
or Bing. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Anybody
Bill?
else?
Bill Hardbeck?
Yes, I was wondering, we just rejoined the program and was wondering if the AI companion text is going to be available.
AI companion text.
I think
Oh,
it's talking about the
Yeah, I will figure out what to do with it. I will download it and then see what to do with it.
Okay, look forward to it. Thank you.
Bill. He didn't record it, so it will be sent
Yeah,
out.
but-
He'll get to us.
Yeah, but the AI should have still done its job.
Right. Any more questions?
Any other questions?
Going once. Going twice.
I thought there'd be a lot of questions. I hope you got something out of this. I hope it gave you a good footing on what AI is, and that you won't be so afraid of it. And take a look at it. It's going to be whether you want it or not. It's kind of like the telephone was back in the early 1900s. A lot of people resisted it, but it came, and we still have phones. So AI is here to stay, and it's definitely being used. And you're going to see more and more of it used without it saying this is AI. It's just going to be, and you need to have an understanding of it and utilize some of it. Okay.
I see one more question, Huey, from Bob Dawson. His hand is up.
Who's that?
Bob Dawson.
Go ahead, Bob.
Bob, are you there?
I don't see him on my screen.
Okay, he's black but he's
Oh, I see him there. Yeah.
yeah.
Okay. Well, he's trying to unmute himself. Diane, and I think Frank's got his hand up too. Diane Bender, what's your question?
Hi. Yeah, I just wanted, if you're going to record it again, I didn't get that complete link for all the newsletters. I wanted to sign up for all those. You know, the video you did of the newsletter.
Okay, yeah,
that's on the website.
That's on my channel.
Your channel. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you.
I had a question.
Okay, who is that?
And here's Michael Hammer.
Hi. Hi, sorry, I came in late. I'm a friend of Frank Candy's, and I came in very late. I couldn't get online. Just have a question. I've been a career graphic artist, illustrator, photographer, and I'm concerned about, my images being unauthorized versions of them being made. And I was wondering if you had a comment about, I see a software called like Nightshade. They're referring to it as a poison pixel that original artists can add to their works that will defeat AI pirating.
Is that Night Cafe? I'm not sure of the one you're talking about.
Nightshade.
Cafe. Okay, I'm not familiar with that one. Yeah, there's a lot of concern. Writers, artists, and so on. Are their works being used in the scraping of the information? Are pieces and parts of their actual items being used to produce these, and then are they going to be sold next to people who are making a living doing it? There's a lot of concern about that, and that's one of the things that the president has addressed and several other countries around the world are looking into. The government trying to control some of these things. We don't know where it's all going to lead, but it definitely is going to put some people out of work. It's definitely going to give other people jobs, but where it's going to lead us and what's going to happen to professional people, or like you saw the one with the voiceover, and people in that industry are certainly going to feel problems because of AI. It's going to do away with most voiceover jobs. So yeah, there's a lot of concern about that, and I try not to get involved in that. I leave that to other people. I'm just trying to learn on how all these things are working. But I don't have I don't have money in the game either, so I can understand your concerns.
Yeah,
Frank
I have
Candy,
a friend.
Okay, go ahead, Mike. Go ahead and finish up, and then we'll go to Frank.
I just had a friend whose book kind of got scraped by AI, and they were also selling it on Amazon.com, and they could tell that it was commandeered, and nobody could get a hold of the company to ask them about it. And so what a bunch of people did is actually just went on Amazon and gave it, bad marks, like a 1 star or something like that. Is just a way to grassroots defeat, that.
Yeah, and these companies like Amazon are going to have to monitor that too and do something about it. Yeah, and I think we'll see more and more of that.
Thank you.
Yeah, because you can take a PDF of a whole book and tell something like Claude, take this book and reword it or summarize it, and it's done, and it doesn't take any effort. Frank, go ahead.
Yeah, Mike is one of my business partners, an outstanding illustrator, and we've done some books together. And his concern is genuine, as a few of my books have been scraped. And not much I can do about it except just create new and better content and careful where I put it. That's one. And the advantage of this is I had to write a press release today, and I had it done in under 4 minutes. I was like, I didn't even have time to make a cup of coffee. There it was. and I had to wait like a half hour. So the client, actually the billable hours, you know? So I see this changing so many professions, CPAs,
Absolutely.
lawyers, realtors, and the ones who are going to have the jobs are the individuals who know how to use AI, and the ones who are going to lose jobs are the ones who don't know how to use AI.
You're absolutely correct.
Think about that. So please, I encourage all of you to learn everything you can about this. And Hewie, I'm really looking forward to the replay on this. And if you need any help with it, don't hesitate to ask. Thank you.
No,
all.
it's just a matter going through the slides, and I'm not going to do it tonight because my voice is falling out. But I'll probably do it early. I'll do it sometime tomorrow. The nice thing about it is it'll be nice and clean, and I don't have to do a whole bunch of things. It'll be right here. As soon as I get the recording, I'll get it posted.
Beautiful. Thanks again to all of you. Appreciate it.
Well, thanks for joining us, Frank.
I want to say thank you to you, and I think it's the end of our questions now because it's now 8:16.
Hewie, everyone's asking for your link to your own videos, to your YouTube channel.
Search for Hewie P, Hewiep, and that's my channel name.
Thank you.
Okay. All right, Hewie, I want to say thank you too. You have just done a fantastic job tonight. AI is not easy, and it's something that has a lot of peripherals. We heard tonight from Frank. There are some things out there that are just not the greatest in the world as far as AI is concerned. So it's going to have to be regulated, and we know that. But at least we can be getting in on the ground floor and knowing about it. So I want to thank you again. You did a fantastic job, and it's okay that you forgot because we'll have you do it tomorrow, and that'll be great. So we'll be sending it out to us. And we're just delighted that all of you were able to come tonight and listen to this man, Hewie Poplock, who knows more about AI than we will ever know. And let's give him a round of applause. Thank you so much, Hewie. You were great tonight.
Thank you.
All right. We'll see you all in another month, and have a good one. Happy Thanksgiving.
That's it. My name is Hewie Poplock. This has been Embracing the AI Age with practical applications for seniors. Thanks for being with us.